Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, December 12th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been a good day so far. I'm in a good place and excited for a productive session as usual. As you can see, I'm not home right now. I'm in my car, and there was just like a really strong glue smell this morning from the roof that's being put on at the house. So I figured even if it's safe, like why risk that? What's the point? Maybe I lose an hour or something like that. I find another place to work for a little while. Maybe at the worst lose a whole day. But like if you don't prioritize your health and your well-being, like you're not going to be able to be productive for that long. I mean, you can definitely go for a little while, but I'm trying to play the long game, last as long as possible, and win on duration, not necessarily just talent or willpower or luck or anything like that, but just trying to play the long game well. So I did some brainstorming and I thought, what can I do? So I figured, let me just try to drive somewhere that's outside and relatively quiet and not where there aren't a ton of people. And one of the great things about living in the Bay Area is the proximity to natural beauty and parkland and state parks is pretty spectacular and quite convenient. So there's a park that's maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes drive from my house or something. So I'm up here now. It's pretty quiet. There's one other person out here, some gal with her dog. And I'm just going to hit the computer stuff, try to hit a little bit of guitar work. Obviously, not going to get a ton of drum tracking done out here, but my hope is I can sort of flip the session and do what I would normally do in the first half of the session in the second half, and do what I would normally do in the second half in the first half with a little bit of improvisation, and maybe get into tracking some of the drums tonight once the house has had a chance to air out and there aren't a bunch of dudes with hammers, whacking on the ceiling pretty much nonstop. So, gonna hit some online classes here. I don't have internet access right now, but all the classes I'm doing actually are stored locally because just there's no need to tell that story, but I downloaded all the stuff. And I'm gonna work on that probably a little more extensively than normal just because I've got time and it's a good time to do that. I'm gonna do a light guitar practice, just get through as much as I can, sitting here in my car, which is a lot, and probably do some review of the Vi Academy stuff that I've been talking about. And then I will probably just try to get as far as I possibly can on the new tune, because I do have my production computer with me and a set of headphones and my demos. So I'm going to try to flesh out all the horn parts, try to get sort of the edit arrangements, start fleshing out some parts on the guitar, and that'll probably fill the next few hours. And by that point, I think it'll be dark and I'll be ready to get the heck out of here and go home and have some food and kind of hit the reset button and air the space out. But appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. And I won't lie, it's been a little bit of a challenge dealing with this stuff. It hasn't been that bad. I think the main challenge has just been like staying positive. And I've even realized that like you don't even need that. Like you don't even really need to stay positive. You just need to do the work. You just gotta show up, get work done. Doesn't matter if you're in a park or in your house or it's the perfect environment or the least perfect environment. It's like if you do the work, you're gonna get the results. If you don't do the work, it's not gonna happen. So let's do this. Okay, back in the lab. I just took a break when I got home, had some food, and now I'm getting back in the zone. Just going to reset up the studio because I picked a couple things apart to make it mobile earlier. And yeah, I got some good work done out there in the park. I mean, it wasn't nearly as much as I probably would have gotten done if I had access to my space, but even a bad session or a session where you don't make as much progress as you normally would is much better than nothing, or just throwing in the towel, or just giving up. So I tried to find a balance. I also was really fatigued in the first part of today. Honestly, I think just like the chemicals from the roof were really messing with you. It was pretty bad in here earlier, like the glue adhesive smell or whatever. And then also just I think it's been I haven't been sleeping as well because these dudes come at 7 in the morning and are just like whacking away. It's just a lot, you know. I think my body is just like, hey, what the heck, you know. So I think the worst of it is over. I think they're supposed to be done tomorrow, and hopefully from there it's going to be just absolutely 100% locking in all the way till March. And I'm just going to do my best. So I'm going to jump back in here. What I think I'm going to do is upload yesterday's vlog, and then, because I edited it earlier, fortunately, and then if I'm feeling it, maybe dive into the drums and do some tracking there, or what I think I'll do is dive into the new track, make some headway there on the horn arrangement, and then at the end of the session come and hit the drums for maybe an hour or something like that, and then call it a day and just show it tomorrow and keep rolling. So let's do this. All right, excellent second half of the session. It felt so good to get back in the lab. There's nothing like having my workspace where I have everything set up the way I need it to be, and it just that the environment really focuses me. Um, so I jumped straight into uploading the vlog from yesterday, which took like 2 minutes, and then dove right into the production front on the new tune and just kept fleshing out these horn parts that were kind of complicated. I don't know if complicated is the right word, but just transcription can be really time consuming. I think it's mostly the rhythm now. I think, and like hearing the different parts and getting the articulations right, and note duration and placement is really, really important to getting the feel of the melody correct. So I was just working on that, sketching things out, and I got it down like maybe, I don't know, 70-80% or something. I got all the parts and all the rhythms down, and now I can kind of mess with the details and subtleties of it to make it sound a little more natural, I guess. Certain parts sound a little like programmed, you know, like bop, 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 those like machine gun 16th notes. It's just like, most people don't really play like that. So, but the rest of it's sounding great. I'm really happy with the part writing on this tune. I'm really happy with the feel, and I'm really happy that I'm getting a good velocity with it at the beginning of the tune and not getting sandbagged by anything, and just like keeping the momentum of the song going strong. So really happy with that. And then I wanted to do some drum work, but I had about an hour, and I thought, let me not push it tonight and be frustrated that I'm not going to get it done. Let me just wait and take the hit and just get in there tomorrow with a full like hour and a half, 2 hours, and just like bang it out and make it perfect, you know. I think that was the right move. So I listened back to the second verse drum parts I did a couple days ago, and a couple of them, two, three of them really stood out, and then I think I found the one that seems to be the best. It might still have some issues. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. And the funny thing about drums, guys, is like the mix and the level makes a big difference in terms of the way the groove sounds. So yeah, and like different listening environments, playback devices and stuff. So I'm not sure I'm going to give that another day or two and make a judgment call on it. Then I just listened back to the chorus 2 sketches I did yesterday just to make sure the parts click in, and yeah, that's really coming along very well, which I'm really happy about. Then I was really feeling the burn, so I just decided to jump into my songwriting class and just change things up, kind of get a different flavor for the day. And that was really great. I was just learning about taking a chord progression and changing it rhythmically, like either stretching it out, giving it, 8 beats let's say you got a 2-chord progression and it's 4 beats per chord, you know, you can shrink it down to be 2 beats per chord or even 1 beat per chord, and you get totally different feels from the progression. Or you can stretch it out and make it 8 beats per chord and you get a total another feel, and so you get this infinite world of possibilities of changing and altering progressions, and a limitless, well, yeah, I mean, technically, well, I guess it is technically mathematically limited now that I think about it. Sorry, when I really start thinking about whether something's technically accurate, I like, my mind really is like, let's make sure it's exactly right, so it's kind of funny. But anyway, that was the session. Overall, really positive. I'm moving forward, and yeah, I would have loved to get those chorus 2 drums done today, but just given the constraints of the studio environment the last few days, I'm happy I had just stayed in the groove and just kept my cool and just stayed focused and got work done. And I'll come back tomorrow and hit that stuff hard. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals, enjoying the process. That's what I'm out here doing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more. Until then.